welcome to BoreDraw.
Champions League edition, baby.
Let's go. Today we're going to be talking all things Champions League. We've got Liverpool, we've got Real Madrid. We've got a lot to talk about. It's been a spicy road.
Revenge of the Sith, but not Sith. It's just Liverpool and just Revenge of the Salah.
Just Revenge of the Salah. Yeah.
Come on.
Just Revenge of the Salah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good game.
I mean, just on face value, would you put Liverpool as your favourite to win this?
Yeah, if you gave me like 20 quid and you were like, you have to pick one team to put your money on, it's Liverpool.
See, I think I agree as well. I think on paper, you look at the two teams, Liverpool are the ones.
Actually, let me rephrase that. If I had to put £20 on my own money, I'll put it on Liverpool. If someone gave me 20 quid, I'd probably go cheeky and go Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think...
Because it's tight.
You just know that if you bet against Madrid, they will come back to bite you because they are the Champions League team. They're the team to beat the Champions League. They've got the mentality down. They write the scripts. Yeah,
they do. And Ancelotti's got that one eyebrow raise that certain man don't even know how to react to that.
That's
when you get the eyebrow
League.
Raise, you get twisted. But I think it'll be a good game. Nice open game. Over 2.5 for any bettors out there. But I reckon there's goals. I reckon it's going to be exciting.
We were just looking at their run-ins to the final.
And that's why I think there'll be goals.
Well, that's what we were saying. A lot of people have been saying Liverpool had the easier run-in. But they had some big teams. They beaten Milan, who are now the champions of Serie A. They beat Atletico Madrid. They beat Benfica, who I think they lost the title on the final day.
Yeah, they beat Inter Milan. They beat both Milans as well. But the thing is, they both had hard run-ins, Liverpool and Real Madrid. But one thing that we both noticed in both their run-ins, obviously they've overcome good teams, but they've done it while conceding a fair amount of goals. So there will be goals.
Without going too Michael Owen here, they've just outscored their opponents.
Yeah, whoever gets the most goals on the day will win the Champions League.
They very rarely win when they don't score.
That is the hot take from BoreDraw is whoever gets the most goals on the day will win the trophy.
Yeah, put your money on that. I think, like you say, they both do concede a fairly decent amount of goals for teams competing. Yeah. I mean, Madrid won La Liga. Liverpool were pipped to the post by Man City, but you look at how many goals they've conceded along the way to the final. Madrid having to come back numerous times in absolute style to even make it to the final. There will be goals. There has to be goals.
Last 15 minutes, especially. If it's like a drawing into the last 15, I reckon Madrid will turn it on. Get Camavinga on. Camavinga is the most disgusting baller.
He'll see the little eyebrow raise from Ancelotti and then it goes turbo.
Like for me, Camavinga is in my combined 11, even though he doesn't even get into the Madrid starting 11.
Yeah, which is mental. I would agree. I mean,
like the way he came on and just turned it on against City.
That's probably where, for me, Madrid do have the edges in the midfield.
Yeah,
I think between you're looking at Kroos and Modric, Casemiro, Camavinga, those sort of players, they're just a level above anything Liverpool has in the midfield, maybe apart from Fabinho.
Yeah.
And maybe Thiago.
I don't know if he's fit, but if he is fit and on game, then he can run it. But I think if he's a little bit unfit, he'll get ran around by Valverde. He'll get run around by Camavinga.
Very good shout for anytime card is Thiago. The boy Thiago.
Loves the card.
Him and Militao, maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
Just Casemiro as well.
Yeah, there's cards to be had, I think.
Yeah,
unless that's one of those. If the referee's trying to get himself a cheeky little headline, he'll just go a bit cardy. But I don't know if
he'll pull them out quick time.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
We're talking about these two teams and how Madrid have managed to pull it out the bag. Well, against City, PSG, even Chelsea, they were in a bit of hot water. Looking at one man really who's done it himself with the help of others.
Karim Benzema.
Big Karim Benzema. I mean, for me, he's my player of the tournament.
Yeah, baller.
Has anyone come up more clutch in more certain situations? Especially when Ronaldo left Madrid, he was the one that everyone looked to. Right, you've got to do it now.
Yeah, I never thought he was world class, Ballon d'Or conversation level until this season. This season, he's different.
When Ronaldo left, he stood on his own and shone, and now we're seeing the player that perhaps if you don't watch him every week like I don't, you're seeing the player now who other people have seen for years.
Yeah, 100%. Because I never thought he'd be in the conversation with someone like Lewandowski or Salah. No. Especially because he's kind of old. What is he, like 30-something now?
He's getting on, yeah. He's not young.
And just the fact that he's putting up the numbers he has in the big games as well. Like, there's players that don't want to out Mason Mount here. Love you, Mace. But he's got I think 12 goals this season. But he scored a hat-trick against Norwich. I think he got 2 against Burnley and 3 against Watford. So my guy...
You do realise you put him in the team of the season?
I put him in there for different reasons. I put him in there because whenever I watch him, and it's a lot because my brother supports Chelsea, I think he is just Chelsea's... This is totally not even Champions League, but Chelsea's main man every time I watch him.
Everything goes through him.
Every time I watch him.
I think that's why Gareth Southgate
goal-wise, stat pad's hard.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea were lacking a strike, a goal-scoring machine anyway. But back towards the Champions League conversation, talking about Benzema, you can't forget Vinicius as well. What a tournament he's had.
Yeah.
Rodrigo as well. The man came off the bench against City and
that was gross
and done the business.
Yeah.
That's why he was brought in. What he's brought in to do. He had a massive price tag as well.
Yeah, I saw a City fan when they were winning, and they were on Twitter, and they said, "Oh, they're bringing on Rodrigo. We've got this in the bag." And then literally a minute later, his goal. A couple of minutes later, goal, and this City fan, Fred was just a mess, and I was just creasing.
We look at the other side of the argument as well. Liverpool probably haven't had as many stand-up players in the run-up to the Champions League.
I agree with that. Yeah.
They haven't had the moments that Real Madrid have needed to get through, though.
The team is good.
But, I mean, for me, Liverpool's stand-up player in the Champions League has been Mane. I think in games where Salah has gone missing...
I think he's been quiet this Champions League.
As soon as he's come back from African Cup of Nations,
he's been quiet.
Not seen the player. And
quiet.
When he comes on, he looks dangerous.
Yeah, he does.
But I
just
don't know whether it's fatigue
missing
or
something,
he's missing that bit of explosivity, and he's snatching at shots when they come to him.
Yeah, Champions League wise, though, I agree. Mane and Jota have been pretty outrageous. Luis Diaz, outrageous signing. Yeah, I mean, so glad he's not at Tottenham because they were linked with him previous, and if he ended up at Tottenham, I would have been livid.
I mean, if we talk about our combined 11 from the two teams in the final, I think for goalkeeper, Alisson.
It's got to be Alisson, but I think Courtois had a good tournament. He kept them in the game against City. Yeah, because City were peppering their goal.
He had a very good game.
He had a couple of banging saves that if he didn't make, they wouldn't be in.
Another City-Liverpool final.
City-Liverpool, yeah. But I'd definitely go Alisson if I was to pick a person that I want in my team, but who's had the better tournament. I'd say maybe Courtois, but I'd rather Alisson in my team.
Right back for me, no questions. Trent is
disgusting player.
Maybe the best right back in the world,
easily. I'm not having this Reece James conversation. I like Reece James a lot,
very good player,
but Trent is different.
Trent, his ability on the ball to pick out a pass, everything he offers, he
moves like a combined David Beckham and Steven Gerrard.
I'm also not having this conversation that Trent can't defend.
Yeah, he's good.
I know we've been talking about how Liverpool can see a lot of goals. Yeah. It's not on him.
I agree. Why are you singling out Trent?
What he brings to the team attacking is what every. Yeah. How many goals has he been involved in?
I agree.
Not even directly in the assist, but in the build-up play. Look at his ability to move past the man and just whip a ball into the box, or even he finds that ball, that diagonal ball straight through the middle of the pitch to a Thiago. So you can't. I don't think there's any argument that Trent is the right back.
Yeah, best right back in the world, best right back in this game.
I think
the whole defence, I'll just go out there and say it's Matip, it's Van Dijk, it's Robertson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Madrid centre-backs don't really stand out to me. Militao's a good player. I don't mind him.
I wouldn't mind Militao, but he's got nothing on Van Dijk. And I think Matip, even Kanate, I'd have over. I don't know who Liverpool are going to start out of, Matip or Kanate.
I think they might start Kanate.
Yeah, so I think he plays
Vinicius' pace a little bit.
He plays the cup games a lot as well. I think he's played all.
That's what they did. Did he start against Spurs to tackle Son's pace?
Maybe actually. Yeah, he's just a unit.
Yeah,
isn't he? I didn't realise how big he was.
Well, yeah.
I knew he was big, but they zoomed in while he's going up for a corner a couple of times, and I think he's 20 years old. And he's got to be about 6 foot a million. He's huge.
So big.
Yeah, honestly.
He's scary.
Because Van Dijk, whenever you see him going for a cross, he's wham. But Konate's bigger than Van Dijk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, what are you eating?
I mean, perhaps singling out a bit of aerial threat there from a corner, especially with people like Trent and Robbo on delivery.
That's true.
I mean, maybe there is something to be said about a goal from a corner.
Who is it left back? So they got Furlan Mendy.
It's got to be Robertson.
It's Robertson.
Got to be Robertson. Easy.
Midfield is where I think the chat's got to be happening. Cause,
are you taking Camavinga or Fabinho?
So my midfield would be Fabinho, CDM. It'd be Camavinga as like the engine, and Thiago doing his thing.
I think I would agree. I think the Fabinho
Maybe
and
Modric.
Camavinga both would have to be in my midfield. Just I think Camavinga is just an absolute
so good
star. I think he's going to be unbelievable in years to come.
Yeah. If they get Tuchemeni, God, they literally just
replacing. That's it.
It's disgusting.
So I would go Fabinho, Camavinga, and I'd probably go Modric over Thiago.
I wouldn't mind that. I think my opinion of those two is so tight, and like I would take either. I wouldn't be mad at having either. Like they're both pretty similar in what they do.
In that midfield, you're looking for someone to take command of the game, and I think no one maybe in world football has done it better than Modric consistently for the last 10 years.
If you're talking about clutch players like Benzema, I think Modric is a clutch player, whereas I don't know if Thiago is a clutch player.
And then we're moving on to the forward three. I mean, left wing, Vinicius or Mane.
Well, that's a tight one.
It is tight, but for me, even though I said Mane's been Liverpool's best player this tournament, it's got to be
Vinicius.
Luis Diaz.
No,
I'm just kidding. It's got to be Vinicius Jr. I think Vinicius has been an outstanding purchase for Madrid.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be...
The only game I've seen him where I was like, oh, you're struggling, is when he came up against Kyle Walker. But then Kyle Walker got injured and they brought on Fernandinho. And
that was a terrible decision.
Oh my God. I've never seen a 35-year-old man get spun so hard. You know that thing where he like got the pass to him and then kind of let it through his legs and spun. Oh my Lord.
He's good at that.
Fernandinho was just stood there like, oh, mate.
He's just been mugged off by his Brazilian teammate.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think that. They're like boys probably, and they're probably after the game, Vinicius goes up to him and be like...
slaps him between the legs.
Sorry, my guy. I've had to do that to you.
I mean, yeah, for me, Vinicius has got to be... You're talking left wing. I mean, the kid's ability to just get into that box. He comes in towards the near post and no one's got near him.
Yeah.
He skips past players like they're not even there.
Yeah, his close control's a bit of a joke. And I know everybody slanders Trent for his defensive ability, but if Trent keeps out Vinicius, then that slander just doesn't exist, because that's probably one of the hardest challenges he'll have in a hot minute.
I mean, I think that's why they'll probably start Henderson. I mean, I think they'll start Henderson anyway.
Yeah.
Just for that leadership on the pitch, but I think he also helps out Trent a lot when it comes to defending, especially in that right back area. And I think maybe that's why they'll start Konate over Matip, just to have someone, because Konate's fast.
Yeah,
he can deal with the pace, and I think that's what Klopp will be thinking to try and counter that threat of Vinicius as well as track those runs in from Benzema, because he loves to arrive late into the box.
Yeah, he does.
He's that spearhead. He loves to arrive late. Speaking of Benzema, he's my striker.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think there can be any questions.
Guys had the naughtiest Champions League
player of the tournament.
Yeah, easy.
I think unless something special happens in the final from Mane or Salah or like I don't know who else.
Fucking Konate hat trick.
Catch a claim, but
Benzema's been the guy. Just the way he like solely destroyed Chelsea and then was like pretty crucial in getting past Man City. The guy's just different.
Yeah. And PSG as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's three big teams.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much been through the main man up top.
And then, obviously, you've got to have Salah, but he hasn't had the best time. But then Real Madrid haven't really got a decent right winger. They play Fede Valverde out there.
I think he's terrible.
I don't mind him. I think they put him out there and then he just comes in centre mid as like an engine and he just runs all over the place. I think he's a good player, but like you wouldn't have him over Salah, and I don't think he's a right winger. I think they just use that as like an extra man in
He's not a right winger in the slightest sense, but I mean, Mo Salah, you would never want to play against him. You'd always want to have him in your team.
100%.
Even though he's not being the Mo Salah that was in the first half of the season, since African Cup of Nations. He's come back.
There's a chance he'll bang a hat-trick this game.
You
wouldn't write him off.
His ability he's so explosive and he's so strong. And like, he's got such an underrated ability to hold the ball up. He backs into his man. I think there was someone, I can't remember, it was a Premier League defender who said Salah ran into him and it was like getting hit by like a train.
Yeah, he's stocky, isn't he? Like, it's got like mass to him.
You wouldn't put it past him scoring the goal.
Yeah.
That takes Liverpool to...
And I don't rate Ferland Mendy as a defender that highly. I think going forward, he's got an engine and he's fast to get past man. But if he's got to track a good winger, I think he's going to struggle.
Yeah.
Like, even Gabriel Jesus, when he played against Ferland Mendy, and Gabriel Jesus, I don't think is a winger. I like him on the wing. I don't mind him. Please come to Arsenal. But he had Ferland Mendy on burners most of the time. Yeah. And Gabriel Jesus ain't Salah. So I think if Salah's on job, he can have Ferland Mendy pretty easily.
If we're just putting the final aside, who would you be shouting for your manager of the tournament?
Oh, I think there's a low-key shout for Unai Emery.
I think that's my high-key shout.
Yeah.
I think we'd expect Liverpool to get to the semis pretty much minimum.
Good evening.
We'd expect... I mean, we wouldn't expect Carlo Ancelotti to take this Madrid
think Carlo's a shout.
Because they were in dire straits at the beginning of the season. They were not looking anywhere near the team they are now.
100%. It's mad that my guy this time last year, I don't know if it's this time last year exactly, but like last season he was managing Everton and now he's out here, Real Madrid manager, Champions League final again. What boy.
Yeah, I think it's between Ancelotti and Emery.
Yeah, if Ancelotti wins it, then it's got to be Ancelotti.
I love to give it to Emery, but I think Ancelotti to turn around PSG, Chelsea, City, and then especially they beat Liverpool in the final as well, you can't have any claims against them. Yeah, I agree.
Those two definitely top two for me. I think Don Unai, like, they won Europa League and I think that is 100% their level. They didn't do very good in La Liga. I think they finished like 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
And so they're obviously achieving way beyond
their means.
Their status. No disrespect to them. Like, obviously, I'd fucking love Arsenal to be doing that. But, just for him to be doing that, you got to commend it. Like, going beyond your level against big teams. Like,
they beat Bayern Munich.
They beat Bayern Munich. They beat Juve.
Bayern Munich, who once again walked.
They gave Liverpool a scare. I remember at half-time of that game where they levelled it up.
That's it.
I was like, holy shit, they're going to beat Liverpool and this is going to be embarrassing. The quadruples over, panic stations. But then obviously Liverpool came and turned it around. But at one point I was like, oh my God, Unai Emery is the guy.
I mean, so if we're talking about like predicted lineups as well, I think for Liverpool, they're going to go, it's got to be Alisson, Trent. I think he's going to go Konate, Van Dijk and Robbo.
I'll back it.
I think he'll go Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago.
Yeah, I like that.
I could see a rogue shout for Naby Keita.
Maybe. If Thiago isn't fully fit, I don't think Klopp will risk it. No, Keita's fine. But I think if Thiago's fit, he starts. If he's not, then
I think it'll be Mane,
Diaz and Salah.
Yeah, Diaz and Salah. I think Mane will play that through the middle role.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I could almost see him playing Jota as well instead of maybe Diaz, and maybe bring Diaz in for the second half. Because you like you're saying that's Man City, that Real Madrid defense.
Yeah,
they get people running at them. They're not the best defenders.
Yeah, and the second leg
Carvajal is maybe you're surprised at the back. Yeah, you're struggling. I mean, Militao is a great player, but I think once those wing backs in Carvajal and Mendy get Salah, Diaz, Mane running at them, they could be causing issues, especially if they're pressing up high.
Yeah,
Liverpool, all it takes is one ball from Trent or from Robbo across that pitch, get that diagonal ball going, and then they're through.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was like in the second leg against Villarreal, Liverpool started Jota, but that game, obviously, they end up losing at half-time, and then they brought Diaz on, and he just changed the game. So maybe it'll be similar to that. Start with Jota, see how it goes, and then bring Diaz on. But if I was Jurgen, straight Diaz from the beginning, the guy's a menace. I think he'd have Danny Carvajal on toast.
I think Diaz might be my signing of the season.
Yeah, I hate giving signing of the season to a Jan transfer. but there have been some good ones. Ericsson, good.
Bruno,
good.
Newcastle.
We're talking about Luis Diaz, good. Kulusevski, good.
Kulusevski was a brilliant signing, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't really like giving him to January transfers, but yeah, no, I agree. Good player, Luis Diaz.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see the game. I don't think the game will be decided in the first 15 minutes, but out the two teams who I expect to come out faster, it would be Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%.
But I could also see the exact opposite, where Liverpool come out a little bit nervous, a little bit cagey, and they struggle to get their game going, that passing game.
I think the only reason they'd be cagey is if they're thinking too much about the loss a couple of years ago. Because in my opinion, I think Jurgen will just be like, fucking kill them! But I think if they start like, oh, it's Real Madrid, how have they overcome these big teams? How have they overcome losing all these times? Then I think they'll get a little bit stressed. But if they're just calm, chill about their business, not too rattled about losing the Prem on the last day, and they just do their business, they'll be fine.
I think that's a massive thing to shout. Like, Liverpool, it could go one of two ways, losing the Premier League to Man City in the fashion that they did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was never in their hands, but to have Villa go up.
Yeah, they did good.
And I think, did you see the clip where Salah scored and thought he won it for Liverpool?
Yeah.
And then I think that takes a lot out of you. I mean, I can't say I've never been there, but I can imagine it takes a lot out of you. And Madrid have come off winning La Liga.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, they've also got 2 trophies in the bag this season, both domestic cups.
Yeah, so like a treble is insane. That's obviously like they're like the whole thing was quadruple, and one of them they want the league. But to get a treble of any sort is
3 trophies in a season is for any team is insane, especially when
Spurs haven't had one in 12 years.
Like Chelsea under Tuchel, you've got Man City under Pep, who maybe might be the most dominant team. Yeah, the Premier League has ever seen.
Like the Prem's hard now.
Not in terms of dominancy, but like they're scoring 90+ points in nearly every season.
It's a joke. Like, to achieve anything in the Prem, you've got to be the best of the best. Literally like Champions League winners, but on roids, mate. Because like I think it's easier to win the Champions League than it is to win the Prem.
Yeah, I mean, you saw in the Champions League, you only have to win.
It was like
9 games.
Yeah, it's like, and you don't even have to win them all. You need to like you could like do like a Real Madrid, get out the group, lose to Sheriff, and then go on lose one of each leg. Pretty much is what they've done.
Yeah,
and go and win the Champions League. So you could probably win like 5 games and get a win in the Champions League.
Well, that's it. I mean, Liverpool, I think they went for the 3rd time in 4 years unbeaten at home.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
90+ points for like the 3rd time in, or how many seasons. It might, I mean, I'd like to say it would never be seen again in the future. But I think just with the amount of money.
Yeah, Newcastle going to be the top dons in a few years.
The dominancy of those top 5 clubs really in the Premier League it's a debate for another day, really. Is the gap too
We'll have
big?
that debate.
But yeah, I mean, going back to the Champions League though, we talk about that Real Madrid-Man City game. I don't think anyone expected what they saw to happen.
Yeah. Honestly, that was like one of the nights where I saw like a tweet from Cristiano Ronaldo's girlfriend. Don't ask how I saw it. I think it just came up on like a quote tweet or something where she was like, Ronaldo, she was like, oh, the game's over to Ronaldo. And she was like, should we go to sleep? And Ronaldo was like, there's 5 minutes left. The game is never over. And then she tweeted, oh, how wrong was I? And I was like, yeah, like, I agree. It was like the last 5 minutes and then the whole of the extra time. I was like, what the hell is going on?
There were videos of Madrid fans streaming out the stadium.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then the first one went in.
And then all the Dons couldn't get back in. I saw a video of this Don. He looked so sad. He was watching it on his phone outside the stadium. Imagine having a ticket to your team in the semi-final of the Champions League, leaving, which is bad enough, not getting back in, which is doubly bad enough, and then having to sit outside your loved stadium and watch it on the phone. Oh, mate, getting bin.
For most clubs, though, that would be one of their nights in Champions League history.
Yeah,
whereas for Madrid, that's almost a pretty average night.
Yeah, that's just like another FA Cup round or something.
It just goes to show the level of history they have in the competition.
Disgrace.
They are the Champions League team.
Yeah, Mr. Champions League, aren't they? Yeah.
And, I mean, it would be written in the stars for them to go 1 or 2 down to Liverpool, and in Karim and Vinicius, Rodrigo, they turn it around. And
we're both impartial viewers. For us, that would be ideal. Just a naughty game of football would be sick.
I think I like Liverpool to win it, to be honest.
I also would rather.
I like to see the English team win.
Yeah,
I mean, I've a little bit of a soft spot for Liverpool.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I like Klopp, and I like Trent and Robbo and all them.
Yeah,
I think
Robbo's got a punchable face, but we'll allow it.
I just think Liverpool, they've got to be on their top to beat Madrid. There's no coasting past it. I mean, the last few game weeks of the season, they weren't really the team that we'd seen for the first, half the season. They struggled against Spurs massively. And I think that was all down to Conte. He set up that deep block and they really tried. They struggled to penetrate through that block.
Yeah.
Whereas the only blessing is I don't see Madrid setting up like that at all.
Talking of Conte and Klopp, that duo and Conte and Pep Guardiola, this is a conversation for another day about Arsenal and struggling to get top 4 and Tottenham. But for me, I'm not like overly mad because I'm not going to say Tottenham deserve it. Obviously, they achieved it. Well done them. But they dropped. So they didn't lose a single game to City or Liverpool. So they got 8 points out of a possible 12 against those two in the Prem. That is a joke. Arsenal got 0.
I think that goes to show why Conte next season should be really considered a force. Because if he gets another transfer window, you look at this transfer window, he bought in Kulusevski, he's done absolute business. Yeah. And you look at, he gets the time over the summer and especially gets the time to drill it in and really produce the team that he wants to have. They could be right up there with the likes of City and Liverpool if they spend the money right.
Yeah, I'll give him a couple more seasons to be up that level. But yeah, like you said, I can't be too butthurt as an Arsenal fan because we dropped all the points against them. They dropped 4 and got 2 wins and 2 draws. If I was a Tottenham fan and I got 2 wins and 2 draws against the 2 best teams in the world, I'd be fuming if I didn't make top 4.
I mean, the only other team to do as well against City were Palace.
Yeah.
And Palace didn't concede a goal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is naughty.
So maybe Vieira to Arsenal.
Palace beat Tottenham 3-0. Edouard.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. I mean,
there's too much going on. There's too much to talk about. We'll talk about it
luckily, we've got a whole summer to talk about it.
We'll talk about it another day.
Yeah, we got a lot of time this summer without any games.
Yeah,
but I think you're looking at the key players in this final. You can't put it past Salah and Benzema. They're the two to watch, really.
Yeah, I think so. And then
mistakes. My outside pick would be like Luis Diaz.
Yeah,
I think him, and maybe Vinicius for Madrid. I think they're the two to outside.
I think there'll be mistakes in the defence, mainly for Real Madrid, but Liverpool can have a mistake, and obviously just really good forwards, which is the ideal recipe. If you're making a game, for me, it's leaky defences and naughty forwards.
Leaky defences and naughty forwards. Well, I think that about wraps up our preview of the Champions League final between Liverpool and Real Madrid. If you guys got any comments or any predictions,
let us know
down below. Or get in contact with us. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, the whole shebang. Follow our YouTube as well. We're going to be pumping out the content. BoreDraw is here and it's live.
It's the champions.